Hey Reddit Schmuckles, so we just got a new video teaser for the Chapter 31 new killer in Dead by Daylight. I'm going to play that teaser for you right now.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there's something pacing around my tent.
According to DBD News as well, Chapter 31 is seemingly going to be titled Tears of Fear, which will release on March 12th of 2024. I'm not sure exactly where this information comes from, but DBD News has always been reliable with information, and they're kind of being sourced for that name of the new chapter, which is Tears of Fear. Okay, so I slowed down the footage itself just to see exactly how this creature enters the tent, and you can see that it's a nasty right hand is the first thing that actually enters the tent, and it definitely appears to be on all fours when it enters the tent, and its head is kind of slanted to the right sideways. And as soon as this thing enters, the person who is recording like freaks out and actually doesn't get a clear look of quite exactly the shape of this killer. Like, we can kind of see that it's on all fours, but we don't get like a clear visual of this killer. The camera is kind of going every which way as this person is sort of trying to get away from this thing inside of a tent. And then the entire camera sort of gets very staticky. And then there is a moment where we see just like the right side of this killer's face. We can see that there's blood around the mouth and in the mouth of this killer, and the shape of the mouth itself is very strange. It does look like it has hair. I wonder if the origins of this killer is actually human. And then the killer kind of passes by the camera. We see the hair on the head, and then we see an ear actually that looks like a human ear on this killer. So to me, this killer looks like it actually was a human before it was whatever it is now. Or at least it has this form based on the features that we see of this killer's head that looks like it was once a human. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I saw this killer for the first time, I was surprised by how scary it actually looks. Like, I was expecting some sort of generic looking found footage kind of creature. I guess I forgot the idea that they said that there were so many teeth on this thing in the first teaser, because it looks like a combination of like some sort of clown and like a found footage killer, and it looks like just like the freakiest possible version of a found footage killer that I can imagine. The found footage killers that I've seen have pretty much always kind of looked ominous, but I think Behavior made this killer, based on the glimpses that we saw of it, really actually look scary in appearance. Like, it looks scary, it looks terrifying, it looks deadly. It doesn't just look like something that you should stay away from, but something that will actually actively attack you. So there's a lot of really cool takeaways from this teaser. There's a really nice jump scare at the end of the teaser, so I'm really excited to see the aesthetic of this killer come into the game. I think it's going to be a really scary, actually original killer that's going to be brought in. I'm really excited to see that. The killer definitely does say "help me" in the middle of that teaser. We can clearly hear the killer say that. So maybe the killer comes in with some voice lines related to its lore, which is really exciting to see. We also definitely see a glimpse of what this killer looks like. It appears that the person inside of the tent is a man, and this could potentially be our new survivor that comes in with the killer. He's talking to someone on the phone. He's wondering if that person on the phone can actually hear what that killer sounds like. He's inside of a tent. This is something that we've seen a lot in the teasers throughout the week. People that are outside in the forest or on a trail have actually been able to interact with this killer. So this idea of like a forest or a setting where you would camp really seems like it could potentially be the new map setting for this chapter. The teaser itself almost plays like some sort of Mori. It's really interesting to watch. And it does kind of get staticky towards the end of the teaser when the killer attacks the person inside of the tent. Like, it seems like he's recording the entire situation while on the phone with this interaction with this creature in the forest. Yet the phone seems to freeze up when the killer strikes. So the killer seemingly has the ability to manipulate electronics. Definitely in today's teaser, you could hear the killer saying "help me" super clearly. This definitely was the same vocal effects that we heard during the teasers that were enhanced throughout the week. Also note for this teaser, Behavior said this video is presented as found. It has not been edited. When discussing the name of the killer, it seems like the front runner for this potential new killer based on this video teaser is a skinwalker or a wendigo, in my opinion. It definitely seems like Behavior's original take on one of these folklore creatures. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Are you excited for this new chapter? We're gonna get the killer fully revealed on February 20th when the PTB hits, and the PTB is only gonna be accessible for Steam users on February 20th. If we think back to the last time we got original chapters, this was like the Skull Merchant and the Knight, and I think this killer aesthetically is already much better than either one of those original chapters. It seems to be heavily based off of this idea of a found footage kind of killer that's lurking in the forest. And I really like the aesthetic of this killer. It seems like it's going to be scarier than any of the last previous original killers that we've seen for like the past couple years. So far, I've seen so many positive things said about the teasers, and it's really shaping up to be a really good chapter. The final piece to this puzzle to see if this killer is going to be a great killer is 1, what does this killer exactly look like? And 2, how does this killer's power function? Is it fun to play as? Is it fun to play against? These are really key features and mechanics that people are looking for, especially with a new original killer where Behavior has the ability to implement it whatever way they choose. Anyways, yeah, so that's today's video teaser. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Is there anything within the teaser itself that you think that I missed or that we didn't talk about? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to be up to date with all of the chapter 31 new killer news. That does it for this video. Goodbye.